Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your favorite casual basketball fan, Skinny Hardaway. As you might have heard by now, Carmelo Anthony has been traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, and a second-round pick. This seems to be a great move for Oklahoma City as they have Melo locked up for at least this season, and he has an early termination option for next year too. The Thunder will have their own version of a Big Three, where they'll have the reigning MVP in Russell Westbrook and All-Stars Paul George and now Carmelo Anthony. As for the Knicks, this is the last stage of them committing to a full rebuild mode, and I think it's smart right now to invest in getting young talent to mold for the future. Honestly, unless you're the Celtics, Raptors, or Wizards, then you should still be looking to get young talent or in 100% rebuilding mode, because as much as you guys probably don't want to hear it, if LeBron is able to just be on the court and have a below average to good supporting cast with him, there's a very slim chance that the team he's on doesn't come out of the East to get to the finals. So the fact that the Knicks got solid young players who are both older than 25, they can start to shape the future they have in mind so they can return to being contenders post LeBron James era. They already have Kristaps Porzingis and Tim Hardaway Jr., and then add first round pick Frank Ntilikina to the mix, and you can do some things with that team. Will they go through growing pains? Of course, but give it 3 years or so barring any crazy circumstances and they can be in the playoff picture again. So the fact that the Knicks got solid young players who are both older than 25, they can start to shape the future they have in mind so they can return to being contenders post LeBron James era. They already have Kristaps Porzingis and Tim Hardaway Jr., and then add first round pick Frank Ntilikina to the mix, and you can do some things with that team. Will they go through growing pains? Of course, but give it 3 years or so barring any crazy circumstances and they can be in the playoff picture again. I thought the pairing of just Westbrook and George would alone make Oklahoma City a potential 55-win team, but now add Melo to the mix, who people seem to forget that he's a natural scorer who could still drop 20 a game, and you have something that could turn out great for Oklahoma City. I know the narrative of, there's too many ball-dominant guys on that team, it won't work, and I don't agree with that. Really, I want to clarify that because people use it too loosely and think they know basketball when they use it. For me, when I hear ball-dominant, I think of a floor general, which is usually your point guard, the player that will run the offense and facilitate so everything runs smoothly, which isn't a bad thing at all. Now, what people get confused with ball dominant is shot happy, shot chucking, or a ball hog. And I don't see any of those players as this type. A shot happy, shot chucker guy is someone who demands no less than 20 shots a game and can't manage to convert at least 45% of those shots. Even that is below average. The only exceptions are if you are on a team that doesn't have another player who can score efficiently on a high volume of shots. That's why Westbrook gets a pass from me as far as last year. But now that he has two guys that can create their own shot and move without the ball, in specific Paul George, they can be a high-octane offense under Billy Donovan, who I give some credit to Westbrook's transformation to what he is today by bringing his college style where he lets his point guard dictate the offense to the NBA. I hope everything works out for this team. If they end up having a very successful season, a la make it to the finals, I think that throws a monkey wrench in the 2018 offseason. We slandered Slam Presti to no end after the James Harden incident, but I think he redeemed himself by turning Victor Oladipo and Enes Kanter to Paul George and Carmelo, even if it's for a short time. Also note that Westbrook also signed the largest contract extension in NBA history for 5 years, $205 million. We gotta give that man Presti his credit. It seems as if Cleveland has been mentioned every day this offseason and has headlined what might turn out to be one of the most entertaining offseasons in NBA history. The Cavs eventually traded Kyrie Irving for Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, and a first-round pick. They scooped up former MVP Derrick Rose and re-signed key pieces to help that team make a run for the title again. Now, QN Peaches and Herb. Dwyane Wade was signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers after being bought out of his contract with the Chicago Bulls. He's going to be reunited with LeBron James again after their previous stint as members of the Miami Heat. He signed a 1-year, $2.3 million deal with them, so now we can see if both him and LeBron can give us flashes of the great moments they had when they were in Heat jerseys. As for Cleveland, I don't know what this move does outside of depth for the team, which is always good and needed to compete for a championship, but I've seen the ridiculous hot takes that people have put out there as if this team is even with the Warriors now. On paper, you can make a strong argument for it that these guys will match up well with the Warriors, but that's why the games are played. I don't think this will turn out how most think it will be. I see notions of Rose average 18 points and assists and it doesn't favor point guards. And that's true, but to fill in the rest of that, Rose averaged 18 points on a team where they barely ran the triangle offense, and he was on a poor team where Melo and Porzingis would often check out mentally of games. And to an extent, the same goes for Dwyane Wade. He averaged 18 points on a team that was discombobulated for most of the season, where he was shooting about 43% from the field and 31% from downtown, which both are pretty bad to below average, however you look at it. People look at their previous year's stats and want to automatically plug it into the roster they're on now, and that's not how that works at all. They won't be put up the same numbers or even relatively close to them when they have to share the ball with the best players in the NBA and other top 25 players in Kevin Love and Isaiah Thomas. Do I think Rose and Wade will be productive? Yes, I do. But 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assist production from both of them, there's no chance in this universe that happens. That's it for me, everyone. Thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up and click that subscribe button and the bell for notifications on my channel. This is Skinny Hardaway signing out.